Yaakov, it says, when Yaakov was born, the Yaakov ish tam, Yoshev Ahalim. Yaakov was a simple man, a dweller of tents. Rashi says, somebody who's not a person who's an expert in fooling people is called tam. A person who's simple, doesn't get involved in all these clever, cunning ways to get people. Says the Meir Shapiro, beautiful idea. A person has to be a master on his Midos. That's why they're called Midos, by the way, measurements. It has to be measured out the right amount. Each thing has to be the right measurement. Sometimes you have to use the Midah. Sometimes you don't use the Midah, use it in the right amount. Kas, anger. Anger's a bad Midah. Sometimes you need to get upset. Something that you're supposed to take care of. Gaiva. Supposed to be humble, but sometimes you need to have a little bit of haughtiness if you need to stand your ground about something. Your students aren't giving you the right respect. Your children aren't giving you the right respect. You have to stand up for yourself. So a person has to use it in the right time, in the right way. The Medrash Rabbah tells us in Koheles and Ecclesiastics, a person who is merciful when he's supposed to be cruel, in the end, he's going to be cruel when he's supposed to be merciful. You have to measure out the right midah for the right time. So even when it comes to a good midah, like Rachmanis, having merciful, it has to be only at the right time. And certain times when you're not supposed to be merciful. That's why the Torah says about Yaakov Avinu, Ish Tam. Interesting way the Meir Shapiro learns this pshat, learns the pasuk. He was an Ish Tam. He was a man who was a Ish. The Ish has a certain cheshivas to it. He was a mensch. He was a gentleman. He was proper. So he was an Ish Tam, not just a Tam. He was an Ish Tam. He was able to be a master on his tamimus. See, when you have a midah, you use it when you're supposed to use it. When you're not supposed to use it, you don't have to always use it. Tamimus, being simple, can be a bad thing. If somebody's trying to run something past you, trying to take advantage of you, and you're simple, you're gonna be taken advantage of. So tamimus could be innocence, could be a bad thing. But an ishtam is a person who is a master on his tamimus. He uses his tamimus when he needs to. But with somebody who's a trickster, then you're not innocent. You don't let him fool you. So that's the Torah says, Yaakov was the ishtam. He was a man who was a master on tamimus. He only used tamimus, innocence, when he could be innocent. When he wasn't able to be innocent with a trickster like Lavan and Esav, he wasn't this innocent. He stood his ground. Says Meir Shapiro, it's a very interesting shot. That's what Rashi means. Rashi says, Misha eino charif lirmos karatam. A person who's not sharp to fool a person is called a tam. A tam, a person who is always like that. An ish tam is a person who's not always like that. He's like that sometimes. But with a person like Lavan, a person like Esav, then he's not innocent. Doesn't let them pull one past him. That's what Rashi says. A person who's always innocent is the Tam. A person like Yaakov was the Ish Tam. He was in control over his Tamimus. He was only Tamimus, he was only innocent when he could get away with being innocent. But when he was dealing with wicked people and tricksters, he wasn't innocent. That's one of the lessons that we learn from Yaakov. Don't always be a certain way. You have good midos. You be the way you can with most people. If somebody who doesn't act with you properly, and you think is going to fool you, don't let yourself be fooling. You be a ishtam. You be a man who's a master over your tamimus. And certain times you don't have to be so innocent. And if somebody's trying to get one over you, you stick up for yourself and you don't let him pull one over you.